Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where I will do live streams like this, and I will never do one like this ever again. Name's Gabriel Rioux, and I'm going to be doing a very special interview today. It's going to be with a very high-profile guest. He has almost 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, Marshall Riley from Marshall Does Stuff. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here.
Good. Yeah. Thanks for joining us on this interview here. It's really nice to have you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, how have you been? What have you been up to
Um,
just recently?
I don't know if you saw the latest video. I have my I'm reviewing YouTuber music. The good, the bad, and the worst of it all. That's what I've been kind of working on lately. I also have a lot of musical projects in the works. I have a whole album that I've been working on for a while now that's hopefully coming out this year. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the two main things I've been working on. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot going on there. First let's play a little snippet of that that new YouTube video, just to kind of have
Yeah, yeah.
people a taste of what kind of content that you're doing.
Mhm. Over the years, YouTubers have had a tendency to branch out. Whether it's books, movies, or talk shows, YouTubers will try to do literally anything but YouTube. On one hand, it can come from a deep creative desire to do something different, and on the other, it can come from a realization that YouTube is not a sustainable platform and they need to do something else to survive.
So what exactly are you talking about in that video? Give it a bit more context.
I'm talking about there's this YouTuber, this really OG YouTuber, James Rolfe, or the Angry Video Game Nerd, and he uh he's been content creator since like the early, like before YouTube even. And he had a band. He made a band semi recently with some other friends and other people, and it is not very good to say the least. And it's me kind of going over their music and their live performances as well. Um, and yeah, it's yeah, again, the music, it's not very good. I kind of go over that in it, and well, I think it's funny.
I think it is pretty funny. I used to watch a lot of AVGN's like older videos, but
Oh, me too.
I didn't know that he had a band. I didn't know about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, I say in the video, I was a very chronically online kid, so I watched,
Yeah.
I watched AVGN quite a bit, and yeah, it's a very, how do I describe the band? I mean, they're called Rex Viper. I mean, have you seen the video? I'm not sure if have you seen the whole
I've seen
thing?
it. I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Something I actually forgot to mention in that video, because I learned this late into the production of it, is that if you look at their channel trailer on the actual Rex Viper channel, you'll see that it says that they're working on a full album.
Oh, that's
And
hype.
no, it's not. I'm
You kidding me?
not excited for that. So because I
Wait,
know I'm gonna probably have to listen to it and review it.
is it originals or covers? Did they say?
I think they just say covers. I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah.
sure it's just covers, but yeah.
I'm
Oh, I'm not excited about that. Yeah,
I think that's
it's
gonna be
and the
funny.
yeah. And I feel like in the video I'm pretty fair. Like I don't just like say a bunch of like
Yeah.
hate and like, like vitriol towards the band. I try to be very fair and critical when it comes to these things. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're pretty fair. But
Mhm.
what's it's an interesting video because I feel like it differs a lot from your old content. So how about we like start talking about like what your old YouTube got, like what got you,
Ooh. Oh,
what got
shall
you
we?
popular, basically. Like what's, what is it like having a big YouTube channel blow up from your old content? Like how did that happen? What was the
You
start to
know,
that?
honestly, um it is a it's been weird. It's been very, very strange because I've had a weird kind of legacy on YouTube. Because I got big around 2017, making Reddit videos back in the day, when those were a huge thing. And I got a lot of views very quickly. And it was that I mean, it's essentially like going viral. That's what that was. And uh, it was strange and cool, and it was very fun. But um I don't know. After like I kind of after a while I had like a major burnout after that. Like I spent years trying to, because there's a point where like I had like fully quit Reddit videos, and my views tanked after that. My views absolutely tanked after that. And I don't know. That kind of sent that kind of started a long years long process of me not knowing what in the world I'm doing. And at some point, I think it was like, I mean, I don't know if you noticed. I mean, I took a whole year off of making YouTube videos. That's because I was just so burnt out from having from doing it, because I was putting out so much. I was putting so much work out into the world and getting so little back. So, to answer what it's like having a big YouTube channel, it's not what you think it is. It's not how you think it is. There's some ups and downs. I've had a lot of struggles and a lot of um difficulties over the years, but in the end, I do I feel like I finally been able to find the joy in making content again, because I've been so focused on like the numbers and the views and everything. And now I feel like I've kind of been able to let go of all that and just focus on, making good content. I think that's something I would say is the biggest lesson I've learned, and a lesson I would say to any like content creators out there is just don't focus on the numbers or anything. Just focus on what you like and focus on making good content. That's something that I've learned throughout the years. I don't know if that answered your question. I kind of went
No,
off
that
on a
that
bit of
totally
a
does.
tangent.
No, but like I totally get what you mean when you're like when you're talking about burnout, because I've experienced that too. Like I've never had a channel like even like a tenth of like as popular as yours. I've never had a channel that went over like 100 subscribers. But like I get what you mean when you're like making a ton of videos or you're just doing a lot of stuff in general, and then that burnout like it hits you. So like I really get it, but it must be a lot like harsher when it's like, when you don't really have a following and you get burnt out, you could just like stop. It's like, well, who cares? No one's watching you.
Yeah, but
But then, yeah,
for me, it's like I have like almost 400,000 subscribers. It's like I don't know. I remember during that like year or so when I wasn't uploading videos, I got a bunch of comments saying like, "Oh, he fell off. Oh, where did he go? Did you die?" And like
yeah,
I have making that first video back, like it was a good way to, finally start making videos again, but it's also a great way to remind everyone, hey, I'm not dead. I'm here. Ugh.
yeah. No, that's. I remember I actually watch some of those videos that you got viral from like yeah years
Oh,
ago
no
back
way.
when those Reddit videos were like super popular. And then like yeah, I remember getting into that, but you've done a lot of stuff since then. So I'm just kind of curious, like what's one of your favorite projects that you've worked on throughout your YouTube stuff?
That's a good question. I think my most favorite project like ever is my comedy album that I put out in like 2022, I think. Oh man, has it already been 2 years? Gosh. Yeah, the album I put out in 2022, Consensual Handholding, that comedy album that I put out, I'm really really proud of it, cuz yeah, it's a comedy album. It's about a lot of jokes, but also like I really learned like production and how to like really record and produce songs in that in like in a music software. I really really learned how to do that, and I have some upcoming projects that really um build on those new discoveries that I made off that album, which is a lot to say for an album called Consensual Handholding. But no, legitimately, I'm really 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 proud of that project. I'd say the other ones that I'm proud of, other projects that I'm proud of, I don't know. I mean, they're all pretty good. The one I'm most proud of, the one I herald as like my big masterpiece that I don't know if it's a masterpiece. I don't want to say like, oh, this is my masterpiece or whatever. I think it's really good. It's a really good album, and it's really really funny. the rest of my work I could take or leave it. That sounds bad, but it's fine. The rest of my work is fine. I don't know. I feel like I haven't really come into myself until recently. I feel like I've um really been able to make stuff that I actually enjoy. I actually really enjoy because the Reddit stuff was fine. It was good. It was people liked it. It's just I feel like with that album I really was able to say when I made it I was able to say I'm really proud of this and I'm really happy that I worked on this. And even if it, didn't make a smash, I can still say I'm so proud of this. I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Have
So
you
yeah.
always had a passion for music, or is that a more recent thing?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I've always kind of had like I mean I grew up in a musical family. Like I was brought up on a bunch of different bands and artists. Like I grew up with the Beatles, Billy Joel, people like that. I remember I remember as a kid when after a movie, after we watch a movie in the theaters or something, I would like dance in the alleyways to the credit song. I mean that's how far back my love of
That's
music
straight
goes.
out of a musical.
What?
Dancing to a credit song. It's like straight out of a musical. I
Yeah,
can see
I
that.
mean I was a theater kid too, so like
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah, like I was I growing up, I was in MTYP. Do you know MTYP?
I think so.
Manitoba Theater for
Oh
Young
yeah, yeah,
People.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was in there constantly. I did tons of classes in
Really.
there. I was in there's a musical theater company. I was in there too for a while. I did a lot of musicals in high school, and I've always been very musical. But like, I mean, I was always told that like, well, there's not much money in music, so like, try and find another career. Like, I went into UW for filmmaking, and gosh, I hated it.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the worst experiences of my life. I mean, I'm still technically in UW, but trying to be a filmmaker, a director, no, that does not work. And so music has always been a part of my life, but actually trying to make, write, and produce music, that has been a recent thing. That has been something I've really just because I've been musical all my life, and only recently have I realized I think that's what I want to do, even though there's not a lot of money in it, even though like it's a totally ridiculous like and it's a dream. It's a big dream to want to do that, but like it's what I want to do. Like I've always been musical. I may as well just lean into it. Like if I try and force it back, I'm just gonna be denying myself. So yes, short answer, yeah. I keep giving you long friggin' answers, dude. I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay, dude. No, nothing wrong with that. That kind of leads into the next segment. Like, how have you been involved with the local Winnipeg art and music scene? Because I know I met you at a live show, and then you talked
Yeah.
that you were in the Manitoba Theater for Young People. So, like, what else have you done like locally?
I mean, I've been kind of like I wish I could say more, but truthfully, it's been a lot of like open mics in Winnipeg. I go to the Manitoba Music Open Mic at the Handsome Daughter, and there's also this coffee place, Modern Coffee. They do an open mic at the last Friday of every month. Um, I want to do more because I really love playing live. I really love playing live. Um, I want to do that more, but those are the two main ones that I've done. I also have a band that I formed semi recently called Calling Cosmos, and we've done one show, and it was great. It was awesome. We had a lot of fun. Um, I mean, other than that, that's kind of it. I really want to get more involved with it. Like I've been talking to a lot of different local Winnipeg musicians. I've been going to a lot more shows lately because of those musician friends. But yeah, I really want to get more involved with the local scene because I'm I feel like really falling back in love with music making lately, and I'd love to know like what's going on in Winnipeg with music. Because like
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I tend to like really really isolate myself a lot. I tend to be kind of a loner, and I just need to force myself to get out there because I'm like, shut up and talk to people. I have to force myself to
Right.
do that.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. And I think like getting involved locally is like a great way.
Mm.
It's a great way to just like connect with other people and just like do things like outside your comfort zone, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like yeah, I really feel that because for the production of consensual handholding, um, I basically spent a whole year not really performing at all, trying to figure out because like I'd done performing a lot, and I realized yeah, like all these songs are I really like all these songs, but I don't know how I would produce them, how I would record them or whatever. So I spent a year not really performing much and just focusing on recording and like producing and really trying to hone that. And which was great. But after that I was like, "Hey, I don't know how to perform anymore." So like at that point I was like, I need to like get back out now and I'm still trying to like get used to that, you know? So
Right.
yeah.
I get that because I've also been working on an album myself and I've been doing a
Oh,
lot of the
nice.
recording and producing
Mm,
and yeah, I don't do a lot of live stuff and I'm at like the same crossroad. Like, yeah, I can like do this technically, but like I don't know what I'm gonna do if I like go out to like perform, because I've like not really done that much.
mm.
But that is also
Yeah.
something I want to do is like get more like go to local shows like Handsome
Mm,
Daughter and like just kind of
yeah.
like perform or just like watch other people perform
Mm,
is something I'd
yeah,
like to
yeah.
do. So what's a project that you would like to do eventually? Like what's something you haven't done yet, but you've always wanted to, or something that you recently want to
Mm.
try and do?
I mean, I told you about the album that I'm working on,
Right.
obviously. Like that's something that is I feel like that's I can't really say that because that's something I'm currently doing. That's something I'm currently working on and it will come out, but that's something that I eventually see happening down the road. As well as I mean, I just want to make albums, man. Like I just want to make music. I just want to make music how I want to. Like I'd love to something I would like to do is have like a live show, like obviously a release party for the album, like a huge live show with a bunch of featured musicians, and have a different one for each song, and that I think that'd be cool. I have if I can tell y'all a little secret, I have like two, three other albums in my head that I want to do, like ideas for albums that I want to do. So those are I don't want to give those away, but like I definitely have ideas. I just don't know how much I can talk about them because they're kind of more conceptual and I don't
Right.
know how much I can talk about them.
Like the
But
Marshall Riley cinematic universe.
no. It'd be the Marshall Riley auditory universe.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, yeah,
There we
yeah.
go. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Nice to hear about all those future products. I can't wait to hear the album that you're
Yeah.
working on
Like
currently.
I will get in these like creative like I'll get in these like creative like I'm trying to think of the word. I will get these periods of just absolute creativity and just write song after song after song. And how it used to go is like I would write a bunch of songs, like a bunch of songs all in like a month and then several months of nothing. And that was that was how it went for a while until like semi recently where uh I'll have like a period where I just write song after song after song they just kind of come out of me but for the rest of for the rest of the time when I'm not in a creative spree I'll just have to actually sit down and like, okay, let's try and write something. Let's try and write a thing. It doesn't have to be good. Let's just try and write something. Just try and get something out. I think that's important for the creative process because we as musicians tend to be if there's one thing that musicians love to do, it's not make music
Yeah.
and be very
Yeah.
I want to say
Dormant.
restrict dormant. Yes, dormant. Oh my gosh, that's a great
Yeah.
word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, you have to kind of force
100%.
yourself to do these things, but not like so much that like the stuff that you come out with it just feels like you didn't really want to do it, you know?
Yeah, like
It's a
forced.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, forced, exactly. You're coming up with better words than me, man.
Just got the juices going right now.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll
I just
burn
did
out
my
and
I just
collapse.
did my taxes, so that's not very inspiring for
Oh yeah, that's probably why
for
the
everything.
energy's just been drained already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
already gone.
I'm using my last bit of energy for this interview, so
Yeah, well,
you're welcome.
thank you for using your energy for this
Yeah,
interview.
yeah. After this, I'm just gonna collapse.
Yeah, good. I mean, I think that's about all the time that we have for this little interview
Okay,
here.
awesome.
Um, but yeah, thank you for showing up for this little
Yeah,
Q and
for
A
sure.
here. Thank you
For
for
sure.
like talking about your projects or anything
Yeah,
else that you want to plug before we sign off.
yeah. I mean, I would like to say it's kind of funny that all the images you have around are just like me without the beard, and then there's me here with it. I've been thinking about the whole interview and I wanted to say that. But things I want to plug. I mean, subscribe to Marshall Does Stuff. I'm putting out content like once a month. I also have another channel. I was about to plug my album. No, I already did that. I have another channel, Neurodivergent Kitchen, or just ND Kitchen. It's a cooking show that I have with my friend Frankie. It is basically the most chaotic cooking show you've ever seen. We don't know what we're gonna make. We have like a wheel of recipes. We spin it, and whatever is in the fridge or like whatever we have, we have to try and make it with what we have, and it is a lot of fun and a lot of chaos. It's great. I guess other things. I also have my second channel. Marshall does more stuff. Where I'm posting a lot of more music related content. I have some live performances of upcoming songs. I have an interview coming out soon with Rob Scallon, if you know who that
Oh,
is.
yeah, I
Yeah,
do. I
yeah,
watch his
yeah.
stuff all the time.
Yeah, I got to meet him in I went to Boston recently for PAX East, and I got to
Oh,
meet the
awesome.
guy, and I did like an interview for him that should be coming out soon. I don't know if it's coming on the second channel or the main one, not sure, but that's coming out. As well as more of the YouTuber music series. I'm editing it right now. Um, I don't know. Follow me on Instagram, Marshall of the Law. That's another thing. I'll be posting like snippets of songs there too, probably. I'm trying to like post more as well. It's like I'm trying to get on that creator grind mindset, and it's a lot harder than you think. But yeah, follow me those places. I guess I'm on Twitter, but I don't want
Don't
anyone
yeah, don't
don't
bother
use
with Twitter.
Twitter. Don't
Yeah.
do it. I talk too much on Twitter. You don't want to hear any of that.
We should just
But yeah,
let that
those are my
platform
two.
die. I think it's
Yeah,
overdue. Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's all I want to plug.
all right, awesome. Yeah. Once again, thank you, Marshall, for joining on this interview. This has been really
Mhm.
cool. And thank you to everyone who is watching this live stream, if there is anybody, or
Yeah.
anyone who's going to be watching this after it's been streamed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once again, thanks for coming on, man. And
Oh,
oh,
sorry. My band, Calling Cosmos on Instagram. Sorry. Interrupted your whole
there we
outro.
go. Last thing.
Calling
Okay.
Cosmos. I keep forgetting I'm in a band. I'm just so new to being in bands. Yeah, sorry. Calling Cosmos as well. We're great.
All right,
Yeah,
there we
that's it.
go. Make sure you follow Marshall does stuff on all his. Which one am I putting? Make sure you follow Marshall does stuff on all his stuff because he does a lot of stuff. And
Mm.
yeah, thank you for tuning into this live stream.
Thank you for the interview.
No problem, my man.